You are listening to Wolf Trader Radio. This is your week in review for March 3rd, 23. The March 2023 monthly newsletters are now posted in the members area of the website. This was a positive week for financial markets. Another strong G3 geomagnetic storm came across Earth on Monday and Tuesday. Geomagnetic storms tend to have a negative effect on markets. However, the Fed internals have been surging to near-record levels for the past 2 weeks. This counteracted the negative effects of the geomagnetic storm at the end of the week. There was a tug-of-war between the storm's natural negative forces and the Fed juice's artificial forces. We have warned about the Fed juice building all week and to be extremely careful on the short side of trades. The markets bounced on Thursday and Friday. However, in the medium term, the S&P downtrend is still confirmed as the Wolf spread trader is short S&P/long VIXY. The BAT trader also remained in a sell. The Friday reversal level was 4,144.25. Gold became more bullish this week. The gold Fed juice went into a buy on March 2nd, 23. Previously, the gold Fed juice had been in a sell since February 1st, 23. The silver Fed juice went into a buy on March 1st, 23. Previously, the silver Fed juice had been in a sell since December 15th, 22. The gold miners Fed juice went into a buy on February 27th, 23. Previously, the gold miners Fed juice had been in a sell since January 25th, 23. So these are significant reversals in the Fed juice after long downtrends. Gold miners performs exceptionally well on the Fed juice, and it caught the turn higher earlier than the gold or silver futures. The Wolf spread trader showed signs of weakening Bitcoin on Thursday. On Friday, the Wolf spread trader went short Bitcoin/long gold. The seasonal pattern is still relatively weak for gold until mid-March, then there is a modest move higher into early April. Bitcoin is coming up to a weaker seasonal pattern in March. Just a word of caution on gold, the long-term cycles suggest that gold is in a long-term bear market. So this is likely a counter-trend rally. Nonetheless, the short-term balance of power on the trading models favors gold. Natural gas finally confirmed an uptrend this week. The Fed juice has been in a buy since February 22nd, 23. The BAT trader made a breakout long trade at the close on March 1st, 23 at a price of 2.814. The seasonal pattern for natural gas is still very strong in March and April. The strongest part of the seasonal is in late March and April. So look for a building pattern in late March going forward. Oil made a choppy move higher this week. Oil and gasoline are now in negative seasonals until late March. The Fed juice is now in a buy on oil since February 28. The quad lunar has been in a buy since March 1st. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, we will host a webinar on the Geomagnetic Storm Update 2023. We discussed the geomagnetic storm on Larry Pasavento's Trade What You See on March 2nd, 23. The webinar will examine the effects of geomagnetic storms on financial equity markets. What is a geomagnetic storm? What are the strongest storms? What is the scale to measure the storms? How do storms affect equity markets? How do storms relate to seasonal patterns? What are some recent examples of geomagnetic storms on the markets in 2022 and 2023? What are the conclusions of geomagnetic storms on small cap versus large cap performance? The webinar will be archived on Sunday, March 5th, 23, on Patreon and the members area of the website. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. The polar ARF squared had a slightly down week of trading. The trade of the week was the 30-year bond long trade from Thursday to Friday. We will introduce the new polar ARF squared turbo on Monday, March 6, 23. The Polar ARF Squared Turbo is a higher frequency version. The Polar ARF Squared Turbo will begin trading smaller position sizes in micro contracts. The Polar ARF Squared Turbo will start trading with copper, gold, and the 2-year note. The current version of the Polar ARF Squared will now be called the Polar ARF Squared Legacy. The Polar ARF Squared Legacy will continue to trade with the Polar ARF Squared Turbo. We discuss the live account auto trading and Polar ARF Squared in detail each week in our Zoom meeting at 8 a.m. The Zoom meetings are open to the public. You must be on the email list to get an invitation, and replays are posted on the website later in the day. You can sign up for the free email list at www.wolftraderfutures.com or www.fedjuice.com. A friendly reminder, tomorrow, March 4, 2023, is the last day to lock in rates before rates go up. The description below will also include a link to the latest brochure. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.